Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be exploring one of your favorite cities in the greater Sacramento Metro, and that's going to be Rocklin, California. So whether you're 90 days or 9 months away from making the move to the greater Sacramento Metro, today we're going to be giving you a full experience vlog tour of Rocklin, California.
In this video, we're going to be talking about everything that Rocklin, California has to offer. Now we're going to be covering the different schools, the types of housing you can find here, what there is to do in Rocklin, as well as all of the shopping that you have or where you have to go to find shops. And if you're moving with a family, we're also going to be talking about Rocklin's highly rated school districts and what these schools have to offer.
Yep, so make sure you stick around until the very end. We're going to take you through a couple of our favorite spots in Rocklin, California, and we're going to even talk about a couple of our pros and cons of what we love about Rocklin, what's not so fun about Rocklin, so make sure you stick around until the very end. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about today for Rocklin is going to be location. Now location wise, Rocklin is going to be about 30 to 35 minutes east of Sacramento, California. It's going to be up Interstate 80 as you're going up towards North Lake Tahoe. Now we are going to touch on some of the neighborhoods here in Rocklin, California today, especially a little bit later as we get towards kind of the housing and the neighborhoods and what you can find here as it relates to if you're thinking about moving or relocating here to Rocklin. But for the most part, Rocklin is going to be known for just kind of the really beautiful topography. So some of the houses and some of the neighborhoods that we've shown you in the past, you see some very beautiful rolling valleys. You've got a lot of green, mature trees in Rocklin, California as well. So distance-wise from certain areas of Rocklin, you are going to be probably anywhere between 25 to 35 minutes from downtown Sacramento. You're also going to be about 25 to 35 minutes to the Sacramento International Airport from here. Now the nice thing is you're also going to be probably about an hour and a half away from the Bay Area if you want to drive back down to San Francisco, or you have some family or friends that you want to go back and visit. And you're also going to be about an hour and a half away from North Lake Tahoe. So if you want to get some skiing in, you want to go snowboarding, you want to go up there in the summertime for some 4th of July. Now Rocklin, you're kind of in that beautiful middle point as it relates to amenities, and you're not too far away from downtown Sacramento if you still like that nightlife, or you still want some of that hustle and bustle as it relates to a Kings game or the River Cats game. But we're going to jump into nightlife and restaurants next.
All right, so next up, I'm gonna share with you about the shopping scene in Rocklin, California, as well as the nightlife scene here, as well as different restaurants that you can find in Rocklin. So first off, let's start with shopping. Now, Rocklin has a few kind of strip mall areas. They don't have their own mall, so if you do need to go to a mall, you will have to go to Roseville, where the main mall is going to be the Roseville Galleria, but it's a quick drive depending on what part of Rocklin you live in. It'll only take you maybe 10-15 minutes to get to the Roseville Galleria. But Rocklin does have a few different shopping centers that you can find here. So the one I'm at right now is going to be Rocklin Commons. Rocklin Commons has a Target, they have an Ulta Beauty here. You also have Trader Joe's. Across the street you have a TJ Maxx. There's also a Ross here. Across the street there's also a Bass Pro Shops, as well as a Green Acres. There's also a few boutique style stores here as well. So if you need to get something from Target or a quick grab, you can come to Rocklin Commons. Now Rocklin Commons is going to be located off of Interstate 80, so it's going to be closer to the Loomis side of Rocklin. So if you're more in the South Whitney side, it will take you a little bit of time to get over to this area, but the plus is if you're in the Whitney area, there is the Blue Oak Shopping Center. So over there you've got different restaurants, you've got a movie theater. Rocklin Commons, where I'm at right now, you also have a movie theater. You've got Studio Movie Grill. You can kind of see it behind me. So Rocklin has 2 different movie theaters, but when it comes to the other shopping center, you've got Blue Oak Shopping Center. Like I said, they have restaurants. They have the Blue Oaks movie theater there. You also have gyms there. You have a Hobby Lobby. You have a couple different boutique style stores. There's a Starbucks over there. So you do have some shopping in Rocklin, but for the most part, if you want to go to like a major mall, you will have to travel into Roseville for that, but it's only about a 10 to 15 minute drive, so not too bad depending on what part of Rocklin you're in. Now the next thing that I want to cover is nightlife. So Rocklin doesn't really have much of a nightlife. It is a suburb. To do things at night, if you're looking for kind of the bar scene, you'll mainly want to be going into Sacramento for that, or maybe Old Roseville. There's a few bars in Rocklin, but it doesn't have that kind of scene or nightlife here. So keep that in mind. But Rocklin does have some really good restaurants. Now, some of our favorite restaurants are gonna be Chef's Table. So if you're ever in Rocklin, this is gonna be closer to that Blue Oak Shopping Center. This is an amazing restaurant. They're constantly changing the menu every 30 days. rotating it out to awesome new things. They are farm to fork friendly, so a lot of the stuff that they have there is all fresh and locally grown to the area, so that's really awesome. They serve amazing cocktails. They have a great beer menu as well. We love Chef's Table, so if you're ever in Rocklin, make sure you check that out. Now, another awesome restaurant, if you love Thai food, is going to be Bangkok Thai. That's going to be closer to the Rocklin Commons area. It's going to be up Sierra College, across from the junior college, Sierra College. Now, it's a great family-owned business. The people there are super nice. It's smaller, so it kind of has that quaint vibe, but we absolutely love Bangkok Thai. And then the last restaurant that I want to highlight when we're talking about restaurants in Rocklin is definitely going to be Primo's Pizza. Primo's Pizza is in the older part of Rocklin. Again, they have amazing service. There's one waiter there who I swear always has a smile on his face. He's always happy. He pretty much knows everybody that walks through the door. It could be your second time going back and he'll remember you. But they serve amazing pizza, probably some of the best pizza in the greater Sacramento area. So if you're looking for great pizza, you can find that in Rocklin at Primo's. Now, one of the main reasons why a lot of people are moving to Rocklin, California is going to be the school districts out here. Now, Rocklin has a highly rated school district, and it's one of the main moving forces for people buying in this area. So let's talk a little bit about schools. So Rocklin is comprised of one school district that encompasses all of the schools in Rocklin, California. And the school district is called Rocklin Unified School District. Now, the one nice thing about all of the schools in Rocklin reporting to the same school district is going to be the calendar situation here. So if you've got a high schooler, maybe a middle schooler, and maybe you've got some elementary aged kiddos or a middle schooler, but maybe you have a couple kind of fanned across the different ages. The nice thing is that when all of the kids are going to the same school district, regardless of it being different schools, is that the calendars are gonna line up. So if you wanna go somewhere for Christmas break, they're all off during the same time. Or maybe you're worried about spring break, same thing, it's gonna happen during the same times. Now, sometimes the start days will be for elementary to high school, it might be off by a day or two, but for the most part, all of the breaks are gonna line up, which makes it super nice. Now, Rocklin being how big it is, there's a ton of schools out here that all report to that school district. So Rocklin has 12 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 2 high schools. So let's talk about some of the ratings on some of these awesome schools. Now, you've got Valley View Elementary School. It's rated a 10 out of 10 overall on greatschools.org. You've also got Cobblestone Elementary School. It's rated a 9 out of 10 overall on greatschools.org. You've got Twin Oaks. It's rated an 8 out of 10 overall on greatschools.org. You've also got Antelope Creek. It's rated an 8 out of 10 overall on greatschools.org. So as you can see, I'm not going to list all of them because there's a ton with there being 12. As you can see, Rocklin schools are rated really highly. So if you're looking for a quality education and you want to stay in the public school system, Rocklin is a great area to be in. Like I mentioned, they have 2 middle schools. One's going to be Springview Middle School. It's rated a 7 out of 10 overall on greatschools.org. And then the other middle school is going to be Granite Oaks Middle School, and it's rated an 8 out of 10 overall on greatschools.org. Now, going up to the high school level, you've got 2 high schools. You've got the original high school, which is going to be Rocklin High School. It's home of the Thunder. That's their mascot. Now, Rocklin High School is a great high school. They have great sports programs here. You've got a football team that did really well last year. They also have just about every sport you can think of. You've got track and field, you've got water polo, you've got basketball, volleyball, cross country. They've got wrestling. They also have a ton of different clubs. So maybe your kiddo's not into sports, but they want to be involved in something. You've got different club activities that they can sign up for. And this high school is rated really highly as well. It's currently rated a 9 out of 10 overall on greatschools.org. Now let's talk about the other high school. It's going to be Whitney High School. So Whitney High School is actually right behind me, fields back there. You can kind of see the lights from the football field and the track area. So Whitney High School is also a very highly rated high school. It's the newer high school in Rocklin. They also have great sports programs. So they have a ton of different things. They also have clubs that are great, but you can find a quality education for your high schoolers out here in Rocklin. You don't have to send them to a private school. So that's one awesome thing about Rocklin, California, is just how great the schools are. It's one of the main driving forces why a lot of people choose Rocklin over some of the other areas, is because of how highly rated these schools are. And it also helps kind of keep the home values up because people are always looking to move into this area just for the schools. Now, I can't mention schools in Rocklin, California without talking about the last school, which is going to be the junior college. So maybe you have a kiddo who is advanced in high school and wants to take some college level courses. While they're in high school, you've got Sierra College. You know, that's also an option where you can go for a junior college if you want to do your undergrad there before you transfer. It's a great option. It's a really nice facility. They have a ton of new buildings. They just built a new parking structure on the back. They also have great sports programs at Sierra College for a junior college as well. You've got football, you've got swimming that runs out of that school as well. So they do have a ton of different things to offer when it comes to education here. Like I said, you can find the junior college, Sierra College, is going to be located closer to Interstate 80, more kind of on that Rocklin-Loomis border side. But it is a great place to go if you're looking to get some junior college credits before you transfer to a 4-year.
Now, jumping into things to do, Rocklin is going to be a little bit more mild as it relates to all of the different elements that it has. So one of my favorite things to do in Rocklin is going to be golf. So you're going to have the Whitney Oaks Golf Course that's going to be kind of in the north section of Rocklin, over by kind of Rocklin High School, Sunset Park, kind of that area of Rocklin. They do have a couple of really good local breweries. So you're going to have things like the Brass Tap, which is going to be kind of right over there behind me next to Studio Movie Grill. You're also going to have Moxa Brewing, which is going to be over off of Taylor and Pacific area. And then you're also going to have Quarry Park Adventures. Now, we've showcased that a little bit on this channel too, but that's going to be like this really cool adventure park where they're going to have like zip lines, climbing lines. That's going to be over by the Quarry Park Amphitheater, basically built into this really kind of hollowed out quarry park that's going to be kind of in the middle of the city, but super cool, super fun place that you can kind of bring your family, really ages. We've seen, they have a little area for the toddler sized kids all the way up to teenagers. I think every kind of element of that they really like. Now, Rocklin is also going to have a couple of movie theaters. So behind me over by Brass Tap, you're going to have Studio Movie Grill. You're also going to have another movie theater that's going to be kind of in that Blue Oaks, Lone Tree Boulevard area. You're also going to have 2 bowling alleys. So you're going to have the original kind of AMF lanes, which are going to be kind of over by Granite Drive. You're also going to have Strikes, which is super cool. That's going to be in the newer part of Rocklin, over off of Lone Tree Boulevard, kind of over by Chef's Table and Crunch and that Blue Oaks movie theater over there as well too. So it's going to be a little bit more mild. It's going to be a lot of like, kind of family fun, different things that you can do. At that movie theater over there, I think they have like laser craze, and they have a big arcade that's attached to that movie theater. So you're gonna have a lot of that stuff, and that's just gonna be some of it. Now, there are gonna be a lot of like family friendly, different types of things that you can do. But one of the other things that I really want to mention about Rocklin is you're going to have a lot of different like park systems that are going to be throughout here. So there's going to be a ton of little smaller parks that are going to be built within these neighborhoods that we've showcased on this channel, Whitney Ranch, some of the stuff over in East Rocklin. So you're going to have like smaller community parks that are going to be built, but then you're also going to have some mega parks that are also going to be built. So one of them is going to be Johnson Springview. That park is huge. It's got a disc golf course. It's got an outdoor hockey rink. It's got a skate park, very similar to the one in Maidu and Roseville, but that one's going to be a giant park. A lot of interconnected trail systems that are going to be over there. That's going to be kind of in that East Rocklin, Springview area over off of Sunset and 3rd. You're going to have the Sunset Whitney recreational area. So that used to be an old private golf course back in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. Since then, the city of Rocklin has taken it over, and they've turned it into this just beautiful interconnected trail system as it relates to like preserved green space, but it's super awesome as well too. So that's going to be one of those things where Rocklin is going to have a massive amount of park systems. And then like Lauren talked about, you're going to have some really good restaurants. You're going to have some bars, some nightlife things to do as well too. But a lot of family friendly fun stuff that you can do in this town. All right, so the last thing that we're going to talk about on our video for, kind of everything that you need to know about moving or relocating here to Rocklin, California is going to be kind of the housing. So Rocklin, California is going to have pretty diverse housing as it relates to what you have. So you're going to have single family homes, single story, 2 stories. You're going to have some luxury homes, and you're going to even have some new construction. So Lauren just talked about the schools out here. We're actually out in Whitney Ranch. We're actually over by the high school. So this is also where you're going to find a majority of the new construction. So we did just talk about all the new construction homes. You can check that out right here. But for the most part, you're also going to see a pretty diverse type of housing here as well too. So you're going to have a couple of newer sections of Rocklin. So a lot of Whitney Ranch is going to be pretty much kind of like new construction homes. You've got the high school, you got a lot of beautiful walking trails within the community as well. But you're going to have some newer construction homes. You're going to have a couple of older neighborhoods that are going to be around kind of that Rocklin Road, Old Town Rocklin area, that are going to be kind of, you know, your cute cottage bungalow homes. You're going to have some homes that were built in like the 70s and 80s, kind of in that South Whitney area over by Rocklin High School. You're also going to have some luxury gated community homes that are going to be by the Whitney Oaks Golf Course, which are going to be pretty awesome. I want to say you have one active adult community that's also up there. It's kind of Springfield. We touched on that in one of our 55 and up videos. Now, home prices in Rocklin are going to range anywhere from about probably starting in that mid 550 range, and they're going to go all the way up to the right around in that mid $2 million mark. And a lot of those homes in that mid $2 million mark are going to be primarily going to be in that Whitney Oaks gated community. Now, there are a couple of JMC homes that are going to be out here in Whitney Ranch that are going to kind of be in that, you know, 1.4, 1.5 million dollar range. They're a little bit more custom than what you see in just kind of your traditional model home development. So JMC does build a pretty nice product as it relates to some of those homes out there. Now, like we said, we did just touch on some of the new construction homes in the video a couple weeks back in Rocklin. There are currently about 4 different builders out here right now at the moment. So you're going to have the, you know, JMC, which is going to be up here in Whitney Ranch. I think they have 4 different communities. You have Tim Lewis that's closing out a community up here in Whitney Ranch as well. They have 2 other communities that are going to be over kind of by 80 and Sierra College, over by Bass Pro Shops. You're also going to have the New Home Company. That's going to be over also in East Rocklin, a little bit closer to Sierra College, over off of Rocklin Road. And then you're going to have those new kind of 3-story townhomes, residents at West Oaks. And those are going to be kind of over by Kathy Lynn Park, Strikes, kind of in that general vicinity off of like Sunset Boulevard. So you're definitely going to have a lot of different types of housing options as it relates to what's available to you in Rocklin. And then you're also going to have a couple of pockets out there that are going to have some condos, some townhomes. Right across the street from kind of Whitney High School, you're going to have some affordable housing condos that are going to be there, where they have some income restrictions, I guess, or maximum incomes that you can make there. But you're definitely going to have a lot of different options as it relates to your housing. Obviously, some of the neighborhoods, you know, Whitney Ranch is going to be kind of a popular one for a lot of people that want new construction homes, and then you just get some really cool like views. I mean, I'm on the backside of the football field right now. This is a park that's behind us. It's got a lot of really cool walking trails. A lot of different options as it relates to Rocklin. You know, just kind of depends on really what you're looking for. And that's going to be the main thing that we're kind of talking about. So, you know, this video today, we wanted to make sure that we showed you, you know, a lot about what Rocklin had to offer, some of the ins, some of the outs as relates to, you know, just some of the area specific shopping, where things are located. But this is where that phone number pops up. So if you have more questions about Rocklin, you have a couple questions about the neighborhood, lifestyle, what it's really like to live here, give us a phone call, shoot us a text, or send us that email. So that way we can help kind of ask some questions, figure out what your lifestyle is like, figure out what are some of the things that you guys like to do. And then that way we can help kind of rule out maybe if Rocklin is even the right area, or if it's maybe one of these other areas that we feature on the channel as it relates to, you know, moving or relocating. So it doesn't matter if you're 9 days, 90 days, 9 months away from wanting to move or relocate to the greater Sacramento Metro. It's always a good idea to hop on a phone call, shoot us a text, or send us that email, so that way we can put together a game plan that's going to be right for helping you move to the greater Sacramento Metro.